Hi, this is Shankar, and here I'm going to explain you about horoscope, where a person is a billionaire and became a billionaire by his own self, by his own efforts. And what happens? To these billionaires when they suddenly come back? Go down crashing for whatever reasons. Here is a horoscope of a person who had set up a lot of exchanges and was himself a very, very big billionaire in terms of starting. He was in the business of commodity exchanges and he set up commodity exchanges and he became a billionaire and he was a recognized figure all over. And that was in the period of 2014. Before 2014, he was a big man and who had achieved a lot. What happens is that what is the astrological combination which indicates, we really don't know what can, a lot of things have to be seen in terms of not only the dasha bhakti but also the combinations, the and various methods should be applied to look at it. So I'm trying to explain how do I look at this horoscope. Here is a horoscope which has Taurus Lagna and he has Lagnesh is in ninth. So that gave him a huge amount of, I'm trying to explain you through a horoscope, huge fillip in terms of his luck. Shukra is with Chandrama, and remember, Chandrama is a planet of movement. And whenever Shukra is behind Chandrama, Chandrama gives a lot of fillip to the entire motion of things and makes things move fast. And Venus is business, it's a natural significant of the second and seventh house. Seventh house is business and second house is money. So it is a significator of luxury, money, treasury, and a moon is a planet of movement. So moon and Venus together are 11th to Saturn. So they have an impact on Saturn, which is the karmic planet, and Saturn is in the house, in the natural house of natural house of पीसेस, जो पीसेस जो कि आखिरी घर होता है उसके घर में है एंड उसके आगे राहु है सामने एंड इन फ्रंट ऑफ इट is Rahu. So whenever such a combination, and behind Moon and Venus is Sun and Mercury, which again tells about his acumen in business. And Sun and Mercury are actually depositor of Jupiter, which is in front of Rahu, which is in retrograde. Which actually goes and is trying to meet Rahu, and Rahu is meeting Saturn. So this is a Bhrigu principle which I'm trying to explain, is that Rahu meets Saturn. Saturn is got to come. It's in the house. The depositor of Saturn are Moon and Venus, which Saturn naturally has that energy in it. So Moon and Venus are basically business, and it's also movement. So that Rahu impacts it, and Jupiter moves back to give its energy to this whole Saturn, which makes him a kind of a big person and a very person who moves very fast, who understands business, who does things fast, and makes a lot of money because of that. So Saturn, you see, the planet of karma is very well placed, and in front of Saturn is Mangal, and which is afflicted by Ketu, which I will explain you is the reason of his downfall. Moon and Venus, 12th to Moon and Venus is Sun and Mercury. Sun and Mercury in the house of Jupiter. So Jupiter is exalted. So this particular place Jupiter has the energy of Sun and Mercury. Jupiter with the energy of Sun and Mercury goes to Rahu. Rahu is in the house of Aries. It is alone. It becomes fearful. It becomes arrogant. It becomes very, very dangerous. It becomes a very, very fast mover, and it goes and it is actually going towards Saturn, which has the energy of Moon and Venus in it. Moon is basically nothing but a very fast moving planet, and Venus को flip देता है. Moon is the planet which, and Moon is not really, it's not far away from Sun, so it's a malefic moon. So whenever moon, we call it waning moon. I've seen that moon gives kind of a natural tendency to do things which are fast, which are negative, which are, and here moon is also has got the influence of Sun and Mercury. So this means some help from the government, etc. But it shows that this is where the whole thing lies: the moon and Venus together. And whenever it is waning, please try to understand, whenever moon is waning and it has got Mercury behind it, and the moon is vanished, that Mercury and that moon becomes a planet which may be good in Kali Yuga. It gives a lot of, it gives you a lot of fillip. It gives you a lot of movement. It gives you a lot of thinking negatively. It makes you think deviously. It gives you a lot of things which may be good for business today. And that moon and Venus, the moon with that is afflicted, is coming with Rahu with the energy of Aries in it. Rahu with the energy of Aries is like fearful. I mean, it's a Rahu sitting alone, and it is getting Jupiter, which is moving towards Rahu. So that is basically Jupiter has got the energy of Sun and Mercury in it. It's deposited of Sun and Mercury in it. So again, it has the mercurial energy which even the Moon has. So this makes the person, a very ambitious person. What is important is the end. What is important is money. What is important is fast movement. What is important are those kinds of things are important for this particular person, and he is prepared to do anything for that. So that is what is basically this Saturn indicates. But why the downfall has happened is because the Mars, I mean, downfall to the extent of downfall is very high because Mars being in the house of Mercury, it's not well placed, and it is also afflicted by Ketu. So Ketu is also not very happy in a mercurial sign. So Mars and Ketu together, they go and they are afflicting Saturn in terms of opposition, and that is where it says compress, finish, put him down. So that is what is the whole horoscope, where you can easily see by the movement of the planets how they are in front, in back, how are they this thing as to what is the destiny of this person. Now we can see when the downfall happens, both by the methods of nakshatra. We can see the downfall in Dasha Bhakti. We can see the downfall in so many other ways. But here in our Parashari system, what is important is remember whenever there is a combination of fifth, eighth, and 12th, there is a total downfall, there is a total stoppage of things because fifth is 12th to 6th, and so it finishes your daily activities. Eighth is 12th to 9, luck is not there, and 12th is 1. I mean, your 12th to ascendant, and when fifth, eighth, and 12th combine together, and then there is a total what I call in Hindi is chakka jam. I mean, you are totally blocked. So this is what happens to this person in the period of Saturn is in no doubt in the 11th house, and it is the lord of ninth and 10th and 11th. So it has given him what it has. I mean, it gave him a lot of things to do. But whenever you see here, the lord of fifth, Mercury, is in the eighth house, and Jupiter, which is the lord of eighth house, is actually moving towards Rahu. It is going backwards. It is going towards. It has a connectivity of the 12th house, and Mars is the lord of is the lord of 12th. Lord of 12th is in fifth. So Lord of 12th is in fifth. Lord of fifth is in eighth. So this is a clear combination of fifth, eighth, and 12th. Lord of 12th is Mars, which is the Mool Trikon sign of Mars. It has Rahu, which is again a planet which gave him everything, but a planet which also can give him imprisonment because it's in the 12th house. His depositor Mars is not very well placed, and it is in Mercury in 5th house, and the Lord of 5th house, whose Lord is Mercury. I mean, the Lord of 5th house Lord is Mercury, and the depositor of Mars goes in the 8th house with Sun. So whenever this combination of 5th, 8th, and 12th is there, there is going to be a problem, and that person, whatever he may be, a billionaire, millionaire, or whatever it is going to create a problem for himself. And that is what happened in the period of 2014. That was the period of Shani and Mangal, that is 29/5/2014 to 1/8/2014. That is Shani, and Mangal. This Mars played a very, very important role in giving, putting a downfall to the person. He had to go behind the bars. His business was stopped. His total exchanges were put. Though he was today, I think he's trying to bounce back. But that is a different story. That's happening in Shani Venus, which is the current dasha, and he may again get into Shani Venus into a kind of period where he'll bounce back, but more towards consultancy and telling people how to do business. So this is how you have to see a horoscope when it comes to these kinds of things. So this is what I was trying to explain to you with this horoscope of a real horoscope of a billionaire who went down, and how the relationship of fifth, eighth, and 12th has a role to play, and how the Bhrigu Nadi system tells a person's you know uh, great increase and a great downfall, which of course I have to go into details of the movement of Shani, the movement of Rahu, the movement of Jupiter, and then apply transit, and then you have to see the planets which are applying and the planets which are going away. So that is how you have to see a horoscope in terms of this. And I'm sure you'll like this video. Thanks, and bye for now.